is Anna, and I have been watching a lot of YouTube vlogs lately, which have been different women around the world who are explaining their medical conditions and how they live day-to-day lives and the struggles they go through. And as yet, maybe I haven't looked enough, but I haven't seen one that explains sort of roughly what I deal with and I go through day to day. So I thought I would make this video. I have had this all my life. So basically, I have a chronic pain condition and high blood pressure, depression, and I also create a really large amount of kidney stones that constantly have to be passed. Your kidneys are the organ in your body that filters your blood and takes all of the bad things out of your blood, and that your kidneys create urine which has all the bad things, and that you then pee that out of your body to get rid of the bad substances. If something is slightly off in your metabolism or in the way your kidney works, then your kidney doesn't get rid of this waste product properly, and it ends up building up in the kidney and creating a little crystal or stone, kidney stone. So these can take a short amount of time to build up, or in most people they take a while to build up to a decent size, and then you get what's called a kidney stone attack, which is a large amount of pain, which is when the kidney tries to get rid of the stone out of your body. So this is what your urinary system looks like. So these big black things are your kidneys, and then they have tubes called ureters that go down each side into your bladder, and then everything gets peed out the bottom. But in people who create kidney stones, inside the kidney, in these little areas, are where all the urine collects after it's been filtered, and stones start forming in there, and the only way for them to get out of your body is for them to come out of your kidney with all the urine, come down your ureters like this one here is trying to do, into your bladder, and then get peed out. What makes things difficult with me is that I have a condition called duplex kidneys. So on both sides of my body, I have the main normal kidney, but then I've drawn in here, it's like I have a second kidney which is stuck to the first kidney and they can't be separated. So the first kidney has one ureter that comes down, but then this second other kidney also has a tube that comes down, and they join halfway down, and then they go into my bladder, and then everything pees out. Now you'd think this would be great because it's like I've got 4 kidneys, but it doesn't quite work that way, because all the tubing that comes out of my kidneys is smaller than normal tubing, and also where they join together halfway down is yet another place where things can get stuck, just like when it joins into the bladder, it can get stuck and cause a problem. So anywhere where there's something different along the line is where a kidney stone can get stuck, and then it can block urine from coming from your kidneys into your bladder, and then the urine will back up into your kidneys and can make you get quite sick, and no urine can come down through, and so it all just blocks up and goes back up the system and creates a lot of problems. So for me personally, I have had to have 9 different operations in my life now because a kidney stone has got blocked somewhere along this tubing and it's stopping urine coming down. So what they've had to do is use a catheter or a tube to go up into my bladder, and they have a little lasery type thing on the end of the tubing, and it goes up through the tubing to where the stone is, and then either they use a laser to blast the stone until it gets into really fine sand, or they have like sort of pincer type, crusher type things on the end of the tube, and they can crush the stone into really small bits so it's small enough to come out and be peed out. So at the moment I produce probably about 1 kidney stone that gets passed every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And as you can imagine, having a shard of glass come out of your kidneys and pee out is really quite painful. They reckon that for men at least, it's the only thing that's equivalent to childbirth. So yeah, every 2 to 3 weeks I'm passing a stone coming out, and because of the amount of pain that this causes all the time in me, it's set off a reaction in my body. So now my whole kidney system and tubes and everything has chronic pain syndrome. So every day I have constant chronic pain coming from my whole kidney system. It can be left or right side of my body. And this means obviously it's a lot of pain. I can't deal with it normally, and so I have to use a lot of medication and painkillers to get over this. This causes its own problems. So now every day I have a whole lot of pain I'm dealing with. The pain causes me to take painkillers. Most of the time those are opiate-based painkillers. The opiate-based painkillers and the pain take away any ounce of energy that I have in my body to do anything. So looking after the house, doing the dishes, cleaning the place, looking after my 2 girls, doing normal day-to-day chores, I don't have a lot of energy to do that sort of thing anymore. It takes away your motivation to do anything. It makes you depressed. Being in pain all the time makes you depressed. And you tend to just lose all will to do anything in your life. And that's where the fight really starts to come in, is learning to cope with the pain, learning to cope with the medication, and try and deal with things day to day. Because what I am dealing with isn't something you can see on the outside of my body. It's easy for someone to think that I have nothing to worry about. I'm not sick. I'm perfectly fine. But what people don't see is what's going on inside of me. So it's like I have a silent chronic condition. So A lot of people, when they first meet me, won't understand why I just can't go out and have coffee with someone. I don't go around to other people's places. I don't go out of the house a lot. And that's because I don't have the energy to do those things. I'm tired a lot. Almost every day I'm having to take time to lie down in bed to get over a bout of pain. It's it's very stressful. It impacts on everyone living here in our household. I live with my husband and my 2 girls, and we also have my mum living here too. Now, if it wasn't for having the support of my mum living here, I don't know how I would cope with a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old girl who need me to do extra things. My mum, well, because I have to take the opiate-based painkillers, I can't get a driver's license. My mum has to drive us around wherever we need to go. So I am very reliant on other people for help. It's hard on my husband. He has to do so much more than he should ever have to do. And he is the most amazing man to deal with all of this. He watches me in pain every day. And it gets him down too, obviously. It's hard for him to deal with. And I feel really, really, really guilty for what my body is putting my family through. But I haven't found a way to stop it. Doctors have done all of the tests they know of here in New Zealand, and every test keeps coming back normal. Normal blood work, normal this, normal that, normal calcium levels, normal this. They know what type of stones they make. They're calcium oxalate stones with a little bit of phosphorus in the middle. But with all of my tests coming back normal, there's nothing that they know of to do that will stop me making so many stones. All they can say is just drink lots and lots and lots. And I don't know if that helps or not. I can't drink a whole lot of water. It makes me feel really, really revolting. So I drink other liquids as much as I can to get fluid at least going through my body. I can't see an end at the moment. It used to be so out of control that twice a week I was going into the local hospital ED needing IV medication, IV painkillers to try and calm it down. I don't know what's changed in the past couple of years, but my GP I've had for the past couple of years is fantastic, and she has me on a really good regimen of oral medication, slow release medication, and quick acting medication that we use in conjunction with one another, and this has kept me out of the hospital ED. So that means no more ambulance trips, no more ED visits. I can't count on all my fingers and toes how many times my children have seen me carted off screaming in pain in an ambulance, and they've been crying themselves because they don't know what's happening with their mum. And that's also another really hard thing for me to know, that I've put my children through that. And it's hard to know that you don't know how to stop it, and everything feels really out of control. Yeah, so that's sort of basically what's going on with my life. and I'm going to try and keep uploading videos every so often of how my journey's going with stones, put up details about the different types of stones, things to do with chronic pain and things like that, in the hopes that I can try and uplift someone else out there who is going through the same thing. So if any of these topics are something you're interested in, then please hit the little subscribe button thingy and the little notification bell, and keep joining with me. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you'll watch again. Thanks.